How good. Hello and welcome to the fan cams. After the Blues get the job done by a single point against the D's. It was 12 goals 5, 77 to 11 goals 10, 76. All was in control. And then a little bit of a heart attack towards the end, but an important win nonetheless. Lots to talk about. We're going to get through absolutely everything. Thursday night footy. Started raining towards the end. I'm drenched in the rain, but hey, a much needed win. A much needed win. Didn't matter how we were going to get it. We just needed to get it done. But anyway, if you're new to the fan cams, if you take a look in the live chat, you'll see the link. I'm going to put it in there. If you'd like to call in, share your thoughts about the game, please do. I put the link in the chat right there. I've started a little bit earlier because I got home early. I don't know how I got home this early, but I did. So if anybody wants to come in and have a chat, the link is in the live chat right now. And we'll see how we go. Oh, wow. First up, Chris Beach, mate.
The fuck was that finish?
Never in doubt, mate.
I'm glad you have the confidence. The bloody hell. I'm lucky to still have this hair and my voice. I mean, okay, yeah, we won by a point. Great. Great to get a win against the D's again. At 36-0 up, I am calling for the foot to go down. I am calling for the foot to go down on their necks. And yeah, thank fuck we won.
Yeah. It's so weird. I was so pleased with everything we were doing defensively, offensively. Thought we were sharp. I thought we did all the right things, whether we ran out of legs or whether their mentality went into one of just trying to reserve the game instead of trying to, continue to play with what got them the lead. Definitely don't want to be doing that every week. I don't know. I felt like we did enough early in the game to win it. And then honestly, even with 2 minutes to go, I still had I had confidence we had done enough. Scoreline will say 1 point, but we don't want to be doing that off too often because we'll get pipped.
Exactly. And yeah, it's Sydney next week on a Friday night. So yeah, if we play like we finished tonight against the Swans, guess what's going to happen, mate? We're going to get pipped.
Yeah. Yeah. Does the fourth quarter take away from the entire game for you?
Yeah, sadly, I think it does. I mean, the hard work was almost undone in the space of about 10 minutes. You know, we got to 36-0 up, and I'm thinking, okay, good. This is the kind of start we've been trying to scream for, and yet we almost handed it back. You know, my dad and I were trying to keep ourselves calm, but Jesus, Terry, it was very hard.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with that win.
Oh, don't get me wrong. As am I, Terry. But
Yeah.
You also make a good point, though. You can't keep giving up stuff like this.
You can't flirt with danger. I mean, from where I was watching, we definitely didn't have the same mentality in the fourth as the first. The D's, I thought we did everything we could to nullify them. I think Petrarca was the one that really kept them in the game. And then by the fourth quarter, they're just throwing everything at it, taking every risk, just going for it. And we went into a different mode. So, yeah, definitely something to learn from that.
No, you're absolutely right. Petrarca kept Melbourne in it, and it was pretty much a one-man show in their forward line. Okay, Van Rooyen didn't have much of an impact. Fritsch didn't have much of an impact. When Petrarca was in the middle, he was completely nullified. I didn't see the stats roller, but I don't think he had much of an impact either. Vaughan was pretty much the only one keeping a minute in the ruck, and it was pretty easy for us to try and just shark him to try and go forward. And then, the second half happens, and it's a completely different story.
Yeah. What do you think of the ins this week?
I was very happy with the ins.
Yeah.
Look, we needed Kemp. We needed Martin. We certainly needed McGovern.
Yep.
And we certainly needed Dutchy as well. Dutch, I think, probably got a little bit caught at points later in the game. But look, the ins were required. The ins were welcome. And to see McGovern look like he got through unscathed as well as Martin, I think we can tick that off. Chera's done his hamstring again, so that's not ideal, but we'll have to see what the scans say about that.
I didn't see how we did it. Do you have any idea how we did it?
No. I'm watching the game at home with my dad. I'm watching the game and I see him run off. I then see him sitting on the back of the bench probably a few minutes later with the jacket on. I'm wondering what's happened here. Aaron Phillips, who was the boundary rider for the game tonight, said he's done his hammy again. So we now got to wait and see what the results are for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Best on ground?
Best on ground. Wiedering. 100% Wiedering.
Phenomenal, wasn't he? Yeah.
Melbourne pretty much came at us hard all game, specifically the last quarter. And Wieders pretty much stood up when he was required. The fact that McGovern was also there to just drop back and allow Wiedering to roam up the ground for patches also helped as well, because McGovern was there to stay back and intercept the big kick that was coming from Melbourne, if it was coming that way, which we saw it all unfold.
Yeah. Well, we went into the game almost expecting a kick to be the margin, and ended up being that. Didn't need to. Probably didn't need to be a kick.
Yeah.
But we'll take it. You know, I don't know. Like, I just think we'll take the 4 points. If you had told me we win by a point before the game, I would have said, doesn't matter, just take it. But lots to work on, no doubt.
Absolutely. But the way we started tonight, loved every minute of it. You know, getting the ball forward, hitting our targets, hitting the footy hard, playing the footy, and putting it on the scoreboard, which is what you're supposed to do every single time. We do that, we're going to win more games. We're going to win games more often than not.
Yeah. Beachy, good on you, mate. See you next Friday night at the SCG, my friend.
Good on you, mate. We'll see you soon.
Pommy.
Hey, doesn't that make you feel alive, eh? You know, one day.
What's everyone angry about, mate? What do you mean?
Mate, one day you'll do this breath. You ready? You'll do this breath. You'll go like this. And then you'll see darkness. And you know what? You'll fucking wish for days like this, where your heart rate's up and you're fucking angry and you're like, just fucking win. And you'll be like, take me back to the day I was watching with Pom for 3 fucking hours, watching the Blues destroy Melbourne for a half and then try and fuck it up for banter. Take me back to when I was younger. That's what you'll say. As the lights close, they will be your last fucking thoughts. So remember, in this moment. No, mate, honestly, look, last week I came on here. I lost a lot of money because I'm a temperamental bastard. And I was upset. I wanted to see effort, intensity, get your head over the ball, be direct, be bold, be expressive. And you know what? For 3 halves, I saw it. And then for 4 halves, the fourth quarter, I saw how hard it is, isn't it? How hard it is. Melbourne, quality outfit. A little bit like Carlton's wins this year. You know, backs to the wall, come out and fucking nearly pull it out of their ass. And ultimately, that's one of them games I think we will look back. And if you lose that game, it's Vossi out, nuke the place. Do you know what I mean?
I'm seeing nuke the place after the win.
You know what? Fuck them. Because you know what? There's a couple of boys that I want to see fucking Twitter written apologies. Like, honestly, I'll come for you. I want to see tomorrow morning when the dust has settled, I want to see a plethora of posts saying this. Charlie, John Kerner, I am sorry. I am sorry that I've ever doubted you. I am sorry that I've ever thought bad of you. I am genuinely sorry. Thank you for making my miserable life better by playing football. Tell you what, he was up, he was down, he was at the back. And you know what? If only there was an arrogant Pom who had some really good cliches, some little bit of banter, and maybe if he said, wouldn't it be great if you saw Charlie roam up the ground? Fucking, I'm a genius, aren't I? Charlie Kerner, hook it to my veins, defensive mark extraordinaire. Thought it was prime sauce, Terry.
Yeah. I almost feel like a subconscious guilt to say what I'm about to say, but I was really pleased with. I thought it was the best that we've looked. First half in particular, very much so. Even more in that first quarter, I thought that's the prototype. That's exactly where we want to get to. I know the last 10, 15 minutes was not great. I know. The boys ran out of legs. I still give credit to Melbourne. They're a quality outfit. And yes, it's not ideal that we win by a point after being in control by that much, but I'm just not with the dumpster fire after that. I don't know.
Mate, after two losses, these boys know what comes, don't they? They know what comes. Like I survived one of the losses before I got a little bit tetchy.
Yeah.
Right? And I've been really well behaved this year. Like 3 losses for this time next week. If they'd lost this one next week, they lose that one. Jesus, we're talking petrol bombs. We're talking. Some dickhead would have fucking done a GoFundMe, and instead of sending people up to Sydney like we suggested, it would have been a big plane overhead going Vossi out, Sayers out. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But that's what it would have been. But you know what? Fair play. Melbourne, quality outfit. The Blues, we wanted a bit of fucking reaction, didn't we? We wanted a bit of reaction. After last week, which was a little bit lethargic, to be honest. We saw forward pressure. We saw what Voss likes to see. You know what I did really enjoy, though? The midfield being a little bit shallower this week, not being so over eccentric. They sat back a little bit. Mitch McGovern, we love him, don't we? And you know what? Fair play. People forget 4 weeks ago we absolutely destroyed GWS. So when people say close games are, unfortunately, GWS is bold. They give it a go.
Yeah.
Melbourne tried to bore their way back into it like we do. So it was always going to be close. But you know what? That was pressure, wasn't it? If they lost that, it was game over, Terry.
Of course. I mean, they lose that. Fuck, the meltdown would have been astronomical. I look at the way we played. The entries were better. They weren't as shallow. We were making sure we were getting a kick into 50 from somewhat like marking the ball from 60 out before going inside 50, as opposed to just kicking it 35 to 40 meters from goal. I just thought all the elements looked a lot better than what we were looking for. Quick off the rebound in defense. I think the alignment with the boys down back there was a lot better. I thought Chincotta on Pickett, a major win. We found another, a really important lockdown piece there for small forwards now in Chincotta. We can really rely on him. I thought he was enormous tonight.
Aye. Fucking all you need. And you know what? Let's give a shout out. Mr. Ollie Holland's been switched from the wing of death. He took the game on a bit too much and got caught out for, I think it was about 4 holding the bows. Do you know what I mean? From him. But you know what? If you go back and watch that, and I'll have to watch it before I can categorically put my neck on the line and defend Ollie Hollands. But you know what? They were the right plays. He had to go. And it was good to see him get some ball. I mean, he beat 4 of his game's best disposals in the first quarter. I was nursing a semi at quarter time. I was like, I might be able to give this guy a 10.
Yeah,
I might be able to give him a 10, but
well, he looked fresh. He looked a lot more fresh than what we had seen. That was our 4th game in 19 days, 3 in 12, I think. So we were up against it.
Mate, and what's that? Like 7 games now out of 10 have been settled by a goal. Like the problem is both of these sides. There was a lovely person in the chat, Lacey, and we had a bit of banter at the end, Melbourne fan. And like I said, there's something wrong with our teams because when one of us is shit, it's like there's a mutual respect to keep it within a goal. Mm-hmm. Like it's like there's a little secret pact going on. We won't beat you too much. You know what? Give a shout out there because I always like to be respectful of the opposition. Fucking, he might make shit TikToks. Right, let's be honest. No one gives a shit about his fucking nonna's spaghetti. No one does. But I'll tell you what. Fuck his TikToks. His football's pretty good. He's ridiculous, isn't he, Petrarca?
One of the better individual games I've seen against us. Like, seriously.
I was disappointed the Melbourne fans didn't have the easiest chant ever. And that was one man army. One man army. Because he was literally a one man fucking army. But, you know, the lesson, it's not all positive. The lesson to take out of this game, though, is Carlton's ability to kill a game is go from putting 18 men forward of the ball to 18 men behind the ball. When you see the pressure, the boys can't cope with it. Like, Umpiring was suddenly like, fucking hell, I thought we were good today.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing, but you know what? Isn't it good to learn in a win? Huh?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Learn in a win. You know what I mean? Learn in a win. You know, it's a bit like being married. I learn in a win because I've got my beautiful Mrs. Pom. Do you know what I mean? I learn every day, but I win. It's a good way. Good way to think of it.
The way to manage that will definitely it needs some work. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh my God. Wow. Imagine we actually lost the game. What this would have
Terry,
been.
you know what we need to do? We need to sack Russell as well because Cherry got an injury. Come on, everyone, just be fucking happy. Do you know how upset I was last week? Last week, I debated eating my cat. I was that angry at 1 a.m. because the cat kept coming for cuddles.
Sometimes I believe.
Let it out. Be happy.
Sometimes I think people don't want to be happy. They want to be angry. That's what I think.
You fucking, I don't know. Be angry at the cost of living. Be angry that when you go to Coles, you have to go through security scanners to buy fucking bread. I'll give you loads to be angry about. You got to enjoy it. No, honestly, it was good fun. It was good fun. Do you know what I mean? I enjoyed it. Lots to take out. I can't wait to watch the game again. Can't wait to watch the game again. But you know what? Georgie Porgy as well. Cheeky little goal, eh?
Sammy Walsh, Georgie Porgy.
Cheeky little goal. Cheeky little snaggaroo. And how good's Ken? You know what? He got bullied last week by being demoted.
Yeah.
And he came back. And I think Bugs Bell, he said it and he's just said it there. It's amazing, isn't it? Because last week we were the hunted. Felt like this week we'd reset. Yeah. And we were out for a point to prove. Because, like, mate, honestly, when it was 30-0 at quarter time, I was debating it. I was debating, could this be 120-0? I even asked the chat to do a history lesson. What's the lowest score anyone's ever kicked? It's 1 by St Kilda. And I was like, well, there's some banter for Jake.
Yeah. Well, mate, we are going to do ratings at 7 p.m. on Sunday. We've got a fresh time slot this week. So
also, can I just ask, where did you go?
What do you mean?
Oh, you're fucking dressed up like you've just become head boy at sixth form, bro.
No, you know what?
He's on the day.
Is it? No. I went back to basics. I got rid of the Silvani jacket, got the navy blue coat back on. You know, playing the D's, so I thought I'd dress up. Back to basics. Wore my blue underwear. I just trying to do my bit.
Why do you ask, Pom? No, you look, mate, honestly, you look very dapper. You actually, you know what? Best on ground tonight, though. I need to find the name. Who is the girl that comes out with the drinks for the Blues? Because honestly, she's my player of the game because I rate anyone. I don't know how she did it. She was running around like a blue ass fly, but she looked like she had worked till 11, Rebs at half 11. Like,
she's a legend.
Her complexion is fantastic. I was like, she's just going to take that jacket off, put some stilettos on. She's good to go.
Yeah, she's a star. She's a absolute star.
Mate, Terry always looks posh, Lebowski. That's why you've got me.
Yeah.
Look, I'm the lower class guy. Terry's the upper class guy. All right.
Oh, mate. Just a kid from Mill Park, mate. Just a kid from Mill Park.
Kid, but both of us have similar upbringings. One of us never got out there.
Yeah, I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting you go until we play this.
Hey, oh, fucking good. Tell you what, 4 points. Fucking Sydney next. Let's fucking slay them fuckers. And then we've got a cruisy game, haven't we? After that is Port and Bombers. Then the bye.
Get a good 8-day break now, and hopefully get the job done against the Swans. But a much needed win, Pommy. Thank you as always. We'll see you on Sunday.
Peace,
brother. Joel, mate.
Terry, I'm good to see you too. This is not your imagination.
I'm pleasantly surprised. I've got to say, I beers on me. I'm happy to see you here.
Gee, it's the land of the meek, isn't it? On the channel.
I get it. Like, it was stressful, but I don't think that takes away with. I thought the method was much better tonight. You know?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm reasonably happy. Like, I expected a loss. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I was quietly confident. The way I thought they didn't. Yeah, I mean, I was quietly confident. I've been on here. I'm getting some high fives in the chat. My head will get big. Anyway, what was I saying? Anyway, let's talk about the game, Terry.
Let's break it down. I mean, we'll get to the end. Well, we'll get to the ending. But what did you see from the way in which we played prior?
Yeah, I mean, it was like it was. We didn't fuck up tonight many times. Yeah, I mean. No, it was like, yeah, fuck, like it felt really good. Like, I mean, 0, quarter time, 30-0. And it was like, geez, this is really good, but I'm not getting carried away.
Yeah.
The boys kicked straight. It was just, it was more mature football. Yeah.
You go?
Did I go? No, No, I didn't go. So look, I thought everyone. I'm trying to think now. Look, everyone played pretty well. Like Ollie Hollands was a good addition. Kent was a good addition. Chera is always class. Just puts his head over the ball. Look, we just did enough. Like, it was a team. It was a good team performance. Mature, I think. I don't know. What did you? I mean, I kind of got up and down at the breaks, and I just sort of. I don't know. I was just sort of settled for the whole night, and I just was hoping that we wouldn't get. Well, they came back, but anyway, yeah. So, but
what did you put the fourth quarter to? Or do you think our mentality with the way we moved the ball changed? Do you think we ran out of legs? What did it look like from your perspective?
I agree. Yeah, I think we did run out of legs, and just sort of probably didn't take the immediate option. We kind of hung on to the ball a bit and played too safe, and it did allow the Demons to. I mean, they was just score at all costs for them, obviously, and I felt like they took their moments. Definitely, the Viney thing was really good, and then Goodwin's goal, and so they really just took their moments, and we just sort of clung on for dear. dear almighty. But yeah, how'd you see it? How'd you see it from the ground? How was the crowd and everything?
The way I saw the game, I thought it was the most mature that we've played. I thought we didn't play into the D's hands, particularly with May and Lever early. We cut an angle. We made sure that the entry was not shallow. We made sure that we hit up a target that was 60 out before we went inside 50. I thought we played a really mature game of footy, probably the most mature I've seen us play. And then obviously the D's are the D's. Like they're always going to come back. I mean, pre-game, we're all talking about it probably being a close game anyway. Yeah. Was it disappointing that we let him back in it? Yeah, of course it was. But I don't think it takes away. I think we keep playing like that. We can. Yeah,
I think I agree. I think if we continue to play like that, it'll put us in good stead. It was a little bit. It was kind of like we haven't played like that all year.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think it was more the footy which we played towards the end of last year, which is good.
Love it. No, very good, mate. Listen, it's good to see you smiling and enjoying a win, and I'm glad you called in.
All right, no worries. Have a good night.
Good on you. Thanks, mate. All right, Derek. We're the only team on Carlton. No, we are the champions. They like to send us. We lift our hands up, and we know that they've been playing against the famous old dog. Terry, we love you, Terry. This guy played footy. Oh, that's Christian Tapcoon. He played footy with you. Terry, we love you.
You're not Con Georgiakis, are you?
You're a sick person that said that. He called me George Calambakis, a cunt. We'll take that, mate. That was unbelievable. We love you, Terry. All right, mate. Enjoy. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Wow. That was Derek. Thanks for the 15. Thanks for the 2. Johnny Holden, 32-month member. What a gutsy win. Talk about cardiac Carlton. Gav Whelan, 32-month member. Don't follow this club if you're disappointed. Wow. Jim.
Mate, that was a pisser. That was an actual pisser.
That might have been the best fan cam I've ever seen.
That's up there. It's top 5. Oh, man. I got a question because I gave myself a media ban this week. Right. Are our fans actually disappointed in that to an extent? Is that really what we're doing? I don't know. It's a hard one, man. I don't understand. Interesting.
I don't understand. Like, as in, we just beat the D's by a point.
Mate. What a win, dude. What a win. Like, guys who are watching, like, we're playing a top four side score. You can't stop it sometimes. We kept them to 76 points. Very good performance. Jacob Wiedering. Oh, my God, the man. He's back to his best. And if he doesn't play tonight, we don't win. And I think our mids were still really good. But that's how important he is. I really am starting to think he's our most important player, more so than Charlie, Cripper, and Walsh. The man is colossal back there. So big thank you to Jacob tonight. But how did you see the game from the ground? The crowd sounded really good, by the way.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the game. I was a bit shocked that the D's got it that close. I was sitting next to a Melbourne supporter, a good friend of mine, and I think when the D's kicked that Wayne Harms-esque goal, he was basically saying, like, it's game over. Like, we can't win this. So but for the last 15 minutes of the game, I was really, really proud. Thought that was the most mature we've played. I mean, usually we play the Ds and we play into their hands. Stephen May, Jake Lever. I thought guys like Matt Owies played a really important role. Ollie Hollins. You can see the cohesion looks totally different when McGovern and Kemp are there with Wiedering. Both of them are threats in the air and they're threats offensively. And I don't know. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the win, knowing that we've played quite a few games now in a shorter period of time.
Yeah, exactly. Like you mentioned, what is it? 4 games in 19 days. That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a few. So that's our rough patch done. We are 6-3 after 9. It's very cool. A good position to be in. We played a lot of tough sides, and we've beaten some really good sides so far too. So I also thought the way we played tonight was back to our best. It looked a lot like second half of 2023 Carlton, which is really good going into the Sydney game with a break now. So it's 1 week at a time. We look like a mature outfit to respond after the Collingwood game the way we did and just put it on them early. Every time they came back into the contest, we had an answer tonight, minus the last maybe 10 to 12 minutes of the game. But if I will say, I thought Vossi maybe got it a little wrong in the last 5. I'm just a nuffy, but if you're going to put Charlie behind the ball, just do it 5 to go while we're 20 up. Maybe not wait till it's 7 points and then put him behind the ball. That's basically the only criticism I have on the whole game. Other than that, I thought it was a beautiful performance by all the boys, and they cracked in really hard.
Yeah, I'd love to know what he says about what happened in the 4th. Like, was that just us going into our shell? I mean, it looked like we were trying to preserve the win as opposed to put the foot on the throat.
Correct.
We lost Chera for a bit there. The guys looked out in their feet from where I was looking for, where I was watching. And that's something you have to keep learning. And did you feel like because we've played the teams that we've played the last 3 weeks, it's forced us to play a better style? Like you have to step up your game.
You got to bring out your best versus the best.
Yeah.
And arguably, I know people are still shitting on Collingwood, saying they're no good. But it doesn't matter who we beat at the moment. I feel like a lot of fans are against us from Oppo teams. Like we just beat Melbourne, and I'm hearing even from my mates, that wasn't a good win. Like, no, that was a sensational win. Losing to the Pies, who are a very good outfit, when we're not playing well, that's still a decent enough performance now that I think about it. And then the week before, Cats are a quality outfit. So, and then we beat the Giants. So, no, we played Brisbane at the Gabba. We are having a really good season. We're 9 in. We're 6-3. I think we're sitting 5th. Our percentage is okay. Not that might even matter. But we're in a really good position. I don't know why people are upset. Like I said, Melbourne are a good side. They're going to score. Petrarca played an all-time game today. Like an all-time game. Maybe his best game, So, I don't know. I'll be interested to see what Vossi says in his press. I'll watch that after this. But, it's going to be a good night on the cams for you, mate. And I'm glad they got a win because 3 losses in a row would have been hard. The fan base is harsh.
The fan base is hard. You got to love them. We're passionate. I also think because we're so soon after the game as well, we've still got that stress in us, and we're just letting it out. But I don't know. I was able to. I mean, we've done this for so many years, Jimmy. Like, we've gone through 6 seasons, like week to week together. You kind of learn how to zoom out a bit pretty quickly. You just got to win. Just win. Because in finals, it's not about percentage. Just win.
Yeah,
you've got to win.
And imagine if in a final and a prelim, we put, I know we did it to Brisbane last year, but let's say we put 10, 11 goals up against 3-4 goals to halftime versus a top 4 outfit. Do you think from last year, we've probably learned our lessons? There's a big chance we go on to make a grand final. So we are playing in the right manner. We do have really hard, nose mids, and our spine looks good. We're going to get players back. I thought J Mart was elite in the first quarter as well, set the tone a little bit there. I just think we're going to get better as it progresses. And we're not going to be playing our best footy by round 9, but by round 16, we want to be. So everyone just stay the course. Have a little bit of calm. We're 6-3. Go Baggers.
Love it, mate. Good stuff.
Absolutely. Take care, mate. Thank you.
See you, bro.
See you, mate.
Man. Christian Chapcoon, debut in fan cams. DD, go the Baggers. Thank you, mate. It's Thomastown Footy Club royalty right here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute royalty. All right, I've got Tyler up and about, no doubt.
Fucking what a win that was, Terry. Yes. Oh, mate, I love it. Not as depressed as last week. I'll say that much.
We could have been, but we're not.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. I think it took me a couple of days to get over that Collingwood loss, to be honest. But look, full credit to the boys. Wow, what a way to end that great. It was a great first half. Second half was the third quarter was really good. But the fourth quarter, yeah, okay, I agree. We definitely ran out of legs a little bit, but look, we stuck to it, and we just held our nerve, and thank God for that. What a great win.
Did it look like what was it for you in the fourth? Was it mentality went away from what got us the lead, or was it they look like they were tired, bit of both? How did you see it?
I honestly, from my point of view, and especially like watching through like the watch along, I found it came more down to definitely tired. They were playing it at a high intensity for 3 quarters the entire time. They were always if they weren't first to the ball, they were tackling hard. Defensive pressure was elite this game. Now, when it came to the last quarter, the way I found it was that up until about the 10-minute mark, we were definitely on top. We were still on top, but it came down to one thing I would say was some of their goals that got out the back. I reckon majority of those goals were like 50-50 contests and all of that. I reckon if we won those contests, I reckon we would have maintained that lead a little bit more, and it wouldn't have been a 1-point heart attack game. But
question.
Yep.
First of all, I am focusing on umpires, but just for a minute, I felt they started getting way too involved in the game in that last 15 minutes. Petrarca's 4th goal, maybe it was his 5th. Am I right in saying that McGovern should have got a free kick?
Oh, Terry, the chat went into bloody full friggin'
meltdown. I fucking lost my mind at the MCG tonight.
Pissed about that. But then especially there were so many free kicks that were missed in the final minutes that were definitely like holding the ball or anything like that. I don't know. I think the umpire's interpretation, it's hit and miss, but
they just kept getting involved in the fourth. It felt like they kept elevating their whistle. It was so weird.
Yeah, exactly. And see, it was really getting to It was annoying the absolute crap out of me, because some of their calls were either borderline or they were just wrong, or how many they missed. But then again, also at the same time, I'm not going to deny this. There were calls that were made for like the Melbourne missed as well. So it was just for both sides. Like the umpiring in the last quarter was dog shit, honestly. But I think it was really good for the boys to endeavour. Bloody Wiedering was enormous. McGovern, oh God. Oh, I will eat my words. I said last week, you don't know if they're going to come out and have a massive impact. Oh, God, did he have an impact? He came in and he changed that back line, that whole dynamic. And then the likes of Chin. Yeah, he did. Chin Cotter, I was really happy with as well. He kept Cozzy Pickett to 1 goal the entire game and did a lot of damage, a lot of score involvement as well. All in all, it was just an all-round good performance by the team. It was amazing. It was amazing.
It was really weird. It was raining, then it wasn't, and then it was raining. I think that might have had something to do with the umpiring, because it it started raining a lot more in the fourth quarter towards the very end. And I don't think they adjusted to the fact that they needed to look at it as like a wet weather game a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. Because it's a completely different game. Because I was talking to my wife during the game, and she's going, "Oh, it's so close and all of that." But I said, when it rains, it changes the whole outcome of the game. Like goals are precious; they are precious. And to get one like against the flow is really difficult, especially in wet weather games. But look, you got to give credit to Melbourne. Like they're a good outfit.
Yeah, they're great.
They're great. I've got a lot of respect for them. I really do. But all in all, solid performance. I'm looking forward to the Sydney game now. I reckon we can definitely take it to them. But just a quick shout out to my cousin Matt. He's sick in bed at the moment with COVID. He couldn't get to the game.
Oh no!
He's really wrapped. But just all in all, solid defensive pressure, and just our work rate was also great. And then we were cutting angles sometimes. We were taking the game. No, hang on. Joel Selwood mentioned this, and I loved it when he said this for the first half of the last quarter, was that Carlton were controlling the game a lot more, and that's what you wanted, because see, if we were to just keep on going, blaze, multiple goals, we run out of legs and all of that, and then that turns into a 5.6 point win to the D's. We knew how to control the game at the right moments. We didn't like to blaze away. We weren't always blazing away off a free kick, or we weren't blazing away straight off a mark and all of that. We took the time out of the game. And that was precious moments for that. And just strong leadership. Walsh was incredible. And Cripper, Captain Cripper, what can you say about him?
Hey, what about Mark Pitnett kicking a goal, getting on the scoreboard, mate?
I know. It was brilliant. I'm so wrapped with Pitto. I'm so wrapped with Pitto, but I think there's also I was also thoroughly impressed with Hollands as Ollie Hollands. Elijah also had some good moments as well. But I think also at the same time, the addition of Martin was also a very, very good welcoming sight as well. He applied a lot of pressure in the forward half. Charlie got going towards the end. He kind of needed to, but then at the same time, he was playing further up the ground because he needed to, because May was absolutely destroying him in the first half. But it just goes to show that no matter what, if you just put in the effort, you can actually do it. And I was also bloody impressed with Owies. Wow. What a game from him.
Yeah. It's 2 in a row now after a poor one. Is that, you kicked 3 last week? That's 6 in 2?
Yeah, 6 in 2. That's 6 in 2. Come on, seriously, he's having a ripper. Durden's, I love Durden's tackle pressure as well. Yeah, he didn't impact the scoreboard, but his pressure acts were incredible. And then, although I just want to say, I'll get your thoughts. One quick thought on this: what was the deal with the whole Hewitt on the bench? As the sub. Now the argument was, I believe, it was because they asked this during halfway through the game, and to Voss, and he said, "Oh, we've got to share the load around." And I'm going, okay, what do you mean by that? I wish he elaborated a bit more, but. Do you reckon we kind of needed him a little bit earlier, would you say? To probably be on the likes of, say, Petrarca or something like that.
To be honest with you, when I saw he was the sub, because it started raining a little bit before the game, about half an hour before, it was a bit of a drizzle, and I thought, okay, and then I saw Hewitt was the sub, and I thought to myself, I don't think that was the plan all along, because we had a really tall team in. I'll be honest, I was pretty worried pre-game when I saw the rain, because I thought, we've got a lot of big boys in this side, especially forward of centre, and that might not work for us. So I have no idea. Honestly, I've got no idea what it was about. It was a shock to me, but thankfully...
The chat went into bloody meltdown. In all honesty, it went into full blown meltdown, saying, "What are we doing here? Like, one of our best starting midfielders is in the bloody as a sub." So well, I don't care. I'll take the win any day of the week.
Yeah,
but
spot on. Tyler, mate, see you next Friday night, mate. SCG.
See you next Friday night, Terry. Let's win. Let's beat the friggin' Bloods. Come on. I smell blood in the air, and I want it to be Sydney.
Love it.
Come on.
That's so good. Jimmy with the 10. Trade Harry. Put a line in them. Season over. Hilarious. Lewis Arambatsis, 26-month member, says, I'm proud of these boys. Weeders is a soldier. McGovern and Kemp were great. Cincotta did some good things. Walsh for the Brownlow. Cripps captain, fantastic. Don't care how we win. Winning is winning. Fair. Vic Wide Renovations with the $3 donation. Thank you very, very much. Okay. I've got some new faces that I've not seen before here. Asia.
Hello. How are you?
So good. How are you?
I'm good. Before I start with game stuff, I owe you an apology. So I don't know if you remember, but last week at the game, I was walking through and I said to my dad, because we were over from Perth, and I was like, I need to see Terry. I need to see Terry. And I saw you, and I may have just yelled at you in your face, and I wanted to apologize for that.
Wouldn't be the first time someone's yelled at me.
I just panicked. I just went full mind blank and just yelled. So now that I can get that out of the way, I can move on with my life now that I've apologized.
Apology accepted, and we can move forward now. And how good was that?
What a game. Everyone's talking about how they're disappointed. And I was like, I know obviously we expect a lot from our team, but do you not remember the games a couple years ago we'd go into and we'd just discuss if whether we were going to lose by 50 points or 60 points or 70 points? And it's like now we're going into these games. Obviously, we want to do great and we want to smash these teams, but we're going in with the ability to win.
Yeah.
And
I think we spoke about something really interesting during the week. Pommy brought it up on the Footy Abroad show around why do we always look at things? Why can't we look at things from anything other than why do we always look at it in a linear sense? Like, why is it always this is how it is, as opposed to we're on a journey? Like, we haven't gotten to a destination yet. We're still trying to figure it out.
100%. And like at the end of the day, a win is a win. And if you want to talk about lineage and whatever that is, Melbourne won the flag a couple years ago. Should we not be hyped that we won by even if it was a point?
No,
so it's like, one of those things. It's like everyone just wants to look at it in a way that can almost make it negative. And like at the end of the day, we've got 4 points. We're sitting 5th on the ladder. So you can't be mad, I feel.
Can't be mad. They flirt with danger, but you know what? They play on
as
their
I said,
emotions,
it freaking does it to you. But as I said, a close win is always, it feels good after the fact.
Yeah, no doubt. Little bit of extra energy always gets released after a close win.
100%. Yeah, I think I'm surprised we didn't have the neighbours call the cops from the way I was screaming. So I'm just thankful that I'm still in the good books with the neighbours, so it's okay.
How good. So you're from Perth?
Yes.
Are we going to see you back in Melbourne for a game later in the year, potentially?
I've already told my manager that I will need time off in September. A bit preemptive. But yeah, I said it will be definitely, if we make it that far, I'll be there. Otherwise, when we finally eventually play West Coast, I'll be supporting from here. So
how good. So good. Well, how do I pronounce? Is it Asia?
Asia.
Just yes. Asia.
Yeah, like Asia. The continent. The Y's less there because my parents wanted to be difficult.
Love it. Thank you for bringing the energy. Thanks for calling in. And go Blues.
We got to do it. Okay. Have fun. Enjoy the rest of your night, Terry.
There you are.
Okay.
How good. Cal.
How are we doing?
We are doing well, mate. We are doing well.
We are well. I think we're just big, deep breath after that one. That was a close scare.
Yes.
I'd say I was speaking to a few people, and I've never been so relaxed in a first quarter. Like everything was just going right. It was good. competitive. It was the Carlton brand that we had come to know.
Yeah.
What's what we'd expect. And I don't know when the last time was that we kept an opposition scoreless. I know from a Melbourne point, it was the first time under Goody. But yeah, that first quarter, that was probably as good as a quarter I've seen ever, maybe. I'm not sure unless one comes to mind. But
I think for this group, when you talk about offensively and defensively, I think for this group, that's one of their better patches of form right there.
100%. I mean, the back six, like there were little maybe a 5-minute passage where they were under the pump, but they had every single answer. And even like the guys that have come in from injury, like Cincotta and Cowan, they might not have had much of the ball, but when they had it, they were efficient. You were mentioning Cincotta just took Cosy out of the game in the first half and had one touch in the first half. He did next to nothing. It was a very complete performance bar that last 10-15 minutes, but we can ignore that. 4 points is 4 points.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Is this the last game that you watch from the US?
That is correct. Yeah, 6:30 here at the moment.
6:30 a.m.
6:30 a.m. So the sun is up. You can sort of see my window there. But yes, no, I'm flying home Monday, and I'll be landing Wednesday morning back home. Yeah, but I'm now done with Blues games over here. 6-3, I think, is an all right record. So
we'll take that, mate. Absolutely. Yeah. What about? I mean, we had 4 ins this week. A bit of talk. Probably not ideal to make 4 changes to a side because it can mess with the cohesion. I saw a bit of that talk online and in some of the AFL media that I saw. What did you make of the guys that did come in?
I'll tell you, we've been missing Martin and McGovern. Both of them were huge.
Right?
Huge. McGovern in particular, like it looks so much more structured with him in that back line. We've got the 2 tallers, obviously, in Wiedering, who was could talk about Wieders all day. Kempy was pretty good, and then Gov he was just solid. He had so much composure. There was often times where he was, he had 4 demon players around him, and he just took a little step, composed, and hit a target 20 meters out, and we sort of just get the game back where we wanted it. And all the backs in that first quarter, I'll go back to again. They were faultless. I think that's the exact word I said to my family back home, faultless.
Yeah.
And then I go obviously to the stars, Walsh, Cripper, and Wiedering. Like that was just such a complete performance from them. Sort of just have a look at the stats while I'm having a look at. I remember the Geelong game. We absolutely peppered them with inside 50s. It was almost the complete opposite today. I think we were minus 21 inside 50s today. And I mean,
we're efficient.
Finally. We have not done that for some time.
No.
We haven't done it for some time. So it was good to, have confidence going inside 50. And we talked about, the deep entries, and we were pressuring their backs. And I tell you, we really took Lever out of his strengths. He loves a good sort of run and jump the ball and either intercept mark or just kill the ball, and would either just plop it on his head so he sort of just stuck underneath it, or we just take him out of the game completely. I'm seeing a few of the comments as well. We've still got Fogarty to come back in the forward line, and he's straight away walk into the team. I don't know who you take out, but yeah, a complete performance. And it's good to be for those who are disappointed. It's good to be disappointed because yes, we should have won by more. But before the game, if you had said we'd beaten the Demons by a point, you go, cool, 4 points.
Absolutely. No, well said. Well, mate, it's been great to meet you while you've been abroad.
Yes.
Looking forward to seeing more of you when you're in Melbourne.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll be back, and actually not having to wake up at 1:30 will be a nice change.
I bet.
Yes, absolutely.
Good stuff, mate. We'll try and get some sleep or some rest, and we'll speak soon.
Yeah, will do. Take care.
See you, mate. Rash.
Terry.
Mate, we're speaking
How are you, mate?
Abroad. Mate, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm in the sandpit. So I was listening to it today and it was, oh my God, it was crazy. So what a game.
All the elements, hey. Saw some improvement, saw some maturity, saw maybe a little bit of immaturity towards the end. Umpiring calls, the whole lot. It was the hamburger with a lot tonight.
It's funny, you know, I did an episode today. We're doing a show on the Jumper Punch, and it was the topic today was anxiety. Is it real or fake?
Uh-huh.
And today it was real.
It was
So
real.
it was a heart stopper. But I've got one thing to say. I just want to say I really think they've got to work on their mindset a little bit because it happens all the time, you know. So that's definitely a problem that they need to work on. I mean, there were some great performances, but I don't know. We'll take the win, but they've got to be better than that. You can't be 36 points in front to go to next level. That's all. That's what I want to
Sure.
discuss with you. That's all.
Yeah, for sure. I've been asking a few people that have come on. Was it really that we were tired, or was it the way that we mentally approached moving the ball? What changed? Because I don't know. I feel like we weren't as daring in that last 20 minutes as what we were in the first 3.5 quarters. Didn't use the corridor. Didn't try and kill the game. Tried to save the game. It's a different type of mentality, right?
Absolutely. I think it's mindset. I think we're only going to get better. But the next level is that we'll go out there and we'll kill them. Like, you know, once we're 30 points up, we'll go to the next level. That's where we need to get to. It's like they turn off and it gets a little bit hard and then they get back and we're just waiting on the stars to, you know, like Kerno took the mark in the last quarter and, you know, that sort of stuff. But we shouldn't be reliant on that. And I think the next level for us is to get through that. All these experiences are going to make us better for sure.
Yeah.
But I just want to say hello from the sandpit and just say that it was a great game. It was a nail biter. Good to see your face again. It's been a long time. And I'll be back in Melbourne in a couple of weeks. So looking forward to, you know, going and watching the footy again.
Sounds good. Well, enjoy Dubai. What's the weather like? Are you super hot at the moment now? Are you in the midst of the heat wave?
Yeah, I had to be honest. 2 days ago, I copped a bit of sunstroke. It was pretty tough. So,
wow.
It's very very hot. But when I first arrived, it rained, so there was a bit of floods. So it's all a bit weird. So yeah, it's getting really really hot. So
Yeah.
very hard to walk more than 100 meters without, you know, sweating. But it's great. The place is happening. It's really really pumping at the moment.
Yeah.
A lot of things happening here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
and good to watch
look
the
after
Blues, you
yourself.
know, to
And
win
always
finally.
good
It's
to
sort of
watch the
like
Blues.
keeps us in touch for the top 4. Thanks.
No worries. Thanks, Rash. Oh, DMR, mate. Here you are. Glad you could make it. What are you doing here? Isn't there a Collingwood channel you can watch right now? What is this? Connor, let's talk. Hello, mate.
Hi, Terry.
How are you?
Good on you.
Yeah, good. How about the Blues tonight?
Oh, dude. Crazy.
It was a nail biter, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Who was your...
Can you turn that sound off? It's a bit noisy.
The what, sorry?
The sound's a bit noisy.
It was a bit of a nail biter, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit noisy then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who was your best on ground, mate?
Oh, very great.
Paddy Cripps. Little Daddy Cripps. You see his daughter was there tonight, first time?
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
No, very good. Very good.
I'm going to be coming to Melbourne 2 weeks, so we're looking forward to going to Melbourne soon, so we're going to work out for that coming up.
Where are you from, mate?
Going to another sweet game around the Evan.
Amazing. Where are you from?
Wodonga.
Wodonga. Well, mate, we look forward to having you at the footy in a couple of weeks.
Yes, I'll see you in about 2 weeks.
Sounds good, mate. Go Blues.
Go Blues.
Amazing. Ball of truth.
Up the fucking baggers.
Come on, mate. Needed that. We needed that. We needed that.
We did, man. We did. Fuck. Man, if Melbourne got a result in that game, I don't know. It felt like it would have been like the biggest injustice in footy Because I reckon for like the first 3.5 quarters, we pounded them, man. Especially in the first.
Yeah.
Did you feel that too?
I did, and that's probably why I was calm. I didn't get as worked up at the very end because I felt
Yes.
I watched a lot of footy, and very rarely do you do everything that the game requires of you and lose. And I thought we had
Yeah.
ticked all the boxes, and I thought the D's did not deserve to win that game.
Nah.
They could have pinched it. It could have been a disaster, of course, but
Yeah.
I thought some of their goals at the very end. I mean, the one where Petrarca kicks his fourth, I think it was. How is that not a mark to McGovern? Like, what the fuck was going on? What was going on there?
Fucked.
What was happening there?
Man, I hate blaming umpires and stuff and whatever, but man, there's at least 5 or 6 calls. I know we got the one with the Kemp dangerous tackle. Fair enough. Look, that could go either way.
Yeah.
But man, the Patrick Cripps holding the ball in the middle of the pitch with like a few minutes left. What the
It's
fuck
like
was
they
that
were
for?
willing. It's like they were willing Melbourne to get the ball forward. It was really strange.
Man, I'm telling you, it really felt like they wanted Melbourne to come back.
Yeah.
But I know that's a bit of a conspiracy theory and all that stuff. But when you're there, you felt it, man. And then their crowd starts getting into it and shit. And you're just like, don't tell me after all this great performance that they're going to come back. Like, piss off. But you're right, man. The Gov one, Patrick Cripps, Harry got pushed in the back at one stage on the wing, very late on. I cracked it when Petrarca kept the ball in. I really thought the ball went over the line. On the big screen, it looked like it went over the line. I went and watched it in the car on the way home, but it was Petrarca's shorts that looked like it looked like the ball was over the line. So I'm like, all right, we'll give him that one. But nah, man, despite the umpiring in the last quarter for both sides, but more against us, we 100% deserved it, man. 100%. It was fucking brilliant performance.
Yeah, that is not something we do to those top 4 sides in the past. That's something that has been learned. And again, we almost jumped the queue because we had them dominated. Like, we had completely dominated them all around the pitch, that it took the D's to completely release the shackles and just go for it and play risky football. And it took that for them to get back in the game. They're not playing that style of game for 4 quarters, the D's. That was just throw whatever you got at them and see what sticks.
And I think, people mentioned that we got tired and stuff. And I think we did.
Yeah.
The one thing I could say is that we lack a little bit of killer instinct. And we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
We need, like, even Collingwood, man, in the second quarter last week, went up by 20-something points.
Yep.
A couple of goals, bang, bang. Man, it would have been game over. It seriously would have.
Yeah.
But we kind of let teams creep back in. So,
room for improvement with a win. That's where we want to be.
Absolutely, man. Wiedering tonight just proves that he's one of the best defenders in the league, hands down. Yeah, he was unbelievable.
He had them very similar to what we do with how we try not to kick the ball towards Stephen May. He had Melbourne changing the way they entered the ball inside 50 to make sure he wasn't at the drop of the ball. It was incredible what he did tonight.
Do you think Gov had a part to play in Wiedering getting a little bit more loose and free?
For sure. I think him and Kemp, I think Wiedering works so well with Gov because they're both senior players, smart players. And I think that they work so well off each other. They've been in so many situations together now. And,
true, man.
I'm not having like a pot shot at Lewis Young, but the reality is McGovern, when he's in, he can defend, he can intercept, and he's also a threat with ball in hand. Lewis Young's a defender, and he's just a defender, and bless his soul, that's all he is, and that's fine right now.
Yeah.
And you could just see the difference. Gov gets the ball, intercept mark, boom, he's gone. There's no thinking. He knows what he's doing, and you could just tell.
I love the quick decisions, man. It makes a huge difference, especially getting out.
Yeah.
When we hold it up and everyone gets across, and then we kick to that long pack, which ends up in nothing, like we did last week. But man, absolutely pumped. I'm just 4 points, man. We couldn't ask
Yeah.
for more. That's
Hey,
it.
another thing I thought of tonight, couldn't help but think it. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought, Williams was a big out, but
Yeah.
where does he fit in that back six? I can't see us dropping Chincotta.
No,
Because
not after tonight.
He's been excellent defensively 2 weeks in a row now. Last week he did a great job on Bobby Hill. Tonight
Yes.
he did a great job on Pickett. Pickett kicked the one, but really a non-factor. I think we've found a lockdown a defender for the lockdown role against the dangerous small forwards.
Yep. And until anything changes, otherwise, keep it that way, man.
Yeah,
Zach
man.
Williams, the last 2 games was pretty average by his standards.
Yeah,
and
like
maybe
he's
he
still
needs his
working
rest.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, it's the changes that Vossi made, I reckon, really helped this team tonight.
Yeah.
Like Jack Martin, I know it's his first game. He ran out of legs. The guy was gassed towards the end. Did you see him run? He was like, ah. But it was sick. Kempy was awesome tonight as well.
Yeah.
Another inclusion. He did well. And who were the other? Ollie. Ollie was good. Had a few moments. Man, he gets caught holding the ball a lot. I don't know if you noticed that. It's just a little bit of awareness and maybe inexperience. He gets caught holding the ball quite a bit.
He needs a couple of pre-seasons,
Yeah.
Tries his guts out. He just needs a few pre-seasons. Does some nice things. Does some
Exactly.
inexperienced things,
Yeah, man. Overall, very happy, man.
Yeah.
And that's it. We'll look forward to Sydney next week.
How good.
That's
Ball
it,
of
man.
truth. Tune in.
Ball of truth. I'm going live straight after fan cam, so enjoy.
Amazing.
Tez, thank you,
Thanks,
man.
mate.
Have a good one.
You too, bro. David.
Hey, Terry.
Mate.
How are
How you
you?
doing? Yeah, good. Yourself?
Good. Yeah, not bad. It's about 8:45 here in Thailand. Followed the game on the radio. So through the AFL thing, it's the SEN, Triple M commentary. Great to win a close one at last. After last week, it was like, it was like about 2 minutes to go, and I'm like, should I just turn it off and just wait 10 minutes and then go back and see the result? Because I don't know if I can cope with listening to the last few minutes. But I managed to fight through it, and Walsh and Cripps, huge games, and the Triple M commentary, they were really saying how great Wietering was, and that he was right now one of the top defenders in the comp, which it's good to see him get that recognition at last. And a couple of things I wanted to talk about was, do you remember? I think it was the last year's final against the Demons and the banners. And I remember watching the coverage, and our banner was Stronger Together. And I remember the D's had some problems, and people were kind of saying, they're not, and the banner was, I can't remember what it was, but it was something like, we're not as bad as all that, or, and I thought, as soon as I saw that, I thought, we're going to win this game. Because our mental attitude was, we're a team, we're not just individual, and we don't care about the outside voices. We're focused on what we're going to do and our job. And I thought, it was a heck of a game. But I think looking at the last few weeks, I think the top 4 or 5 teams this year are actually pretty close together. There's not a lot separating them, and Carlton last few weeks, Carlton I don't think are as bad as some people have been saying. It's not all doom and gloom. If you think about, we didn't get thrashed by anybody. It's like, okay, we lost games that we would like to win, maybe 1 or 2 that we possibly should have won, but it's not like, Collingwood beat us by 40 points and, oh my gosh, we can't defend at all. When you think about all the injuries and things and the players coming back, you can see the differences make. And one player I think we haven't thought about much recently is Jesse Motlop.
Good point.
Okay, it might be a while before he comes back, but I think I think he could potentially really unlock that small forward line, and it's great to see Owies.
We saw a few important pieces, and we saw why they're important pieces tonight. I think Martin was one. I think McGovern was definitely one. I think Sard will definitely be another one where when he returns, we'll feel the impact. And Jesse's got. I mean, it's a real shame he's missed 9 games now. But he's definitely one that provides a lot more of a threat on the scoreboard. Having said that, you can't knock the effort of Matt Owies at the moment. Last 2 weeks,
it's great.
Goals in 2 weeks.
Can you see Owies and Motlop in the same same team. Would that work?
Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to be set. I don't think there's two in particular where it's going to be them every single week. I think it'll just depend on who's in form, which is a good thing. But yeah, I think if if Jesse Motlop was available next week, I think it would probably be him and Owies.
Yeah,
with Jack Martin and the big boys.
I mean, I love Corey Durden, but I feel like at the moment he's.
Sorry, I should also add Fogarty. I haven't even mentioned him. He's another important piece.
It's great to be in a position after all these years of thinking, okay, how do we get these guys in the team?
Yeah.
You know, we've got too many players that we want to have in the team. You know, not enough spots for them. Rather than thinking, gee, who are we going to put in? Who are we going to put in the forwards with Harry and Charlie? You know, gee, we've got nobody. You know, now it's like, okay. Could you see maybe with Chira hurting himself? Could you see Williams maybe playing sometime in the midfield? Possibly. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just thinking, as a possibility.
Who was that?
Was it Williams? You know, that it was dropped tonight.
Yeah, in the midfield.
You were saying just before previously, like how do we fit him in the back line? Shinkota's doing a great job, which I absolutely agree with. But could we see him maybe kind of doing a Doherty kind of role and sort of like an extra defender when we need it, but also maybe doing some time in the midfield, possibly. And that might actually be good for him because I feel like it'd be good for him to kind of get a bit more involved in the action and just kind of get more touches and get more opportunities might just build his game up a bit too.
Definitely feel like we haven't seen the best of him at Carlton. We haven't seen him play to his strengths. He hasn't been available, to be fair, for most of the time. But now that he is available and he's had a couple of months of footy under his belt, he'll get a rest now. I mean, hopefully, similar to Ollie Hollins, he looked to be more fresh for the rest, and I think we'll probably see that with Zach Williams next week. So, in the midfield, it could be something they look at.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Last thing is you've the Footy Abroad show. That is amazing. That is like really, really good. Like the AFL should have you guys on their website. That show, I honestly think it's that good.
Oh wow, thank you. No, it's
no. I mean, if anybody hasn't watched it yet, get on and watch the last couple of episodes of that. Go back and find it, and because it's got. It's just really, really nice to see different fans from different clubs talking together and sharing things, and not just like potting each other and being abusive, but actually coming together as fans and talking about the game and being able to sort of I just reckon it's just don't always agree with everything everyone says, but that's kind of part of the good thing about it. It's like
I think
makes you think, gives you just a wider perspective on the game, because sometimes we're kind of in our little channel of like Carlton, and it's just interesting to hear other people's perspective on their club, how that's going, and also on like maybe what they think about Carlton from a different fan base kind of point of view. I think it's a really, really good show.
Thank you. It's
so I want to sort of hype that up for anybody that's still watching. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? You're watching Blue Abroad and you haven't seen. I think it's possibly you've got so much great content. This is fantastic. The fan cams is really good. And just lots of things. Really good, awesome.
No, appreciate that, mate. Appreciate the support, and we'll just keep trying to innovate and stay ahead of the game, and just keep. We're just going to keep having a crack. That's what's happening.
It's good. So everyone's happy tonight because we won. Go the Blues. We won one. Last week is like it's that it's like that management thing. How bad management will say, okay guys, you got free car parking now, and everyone's like, oh, this is awesome, and then 2 years later they'll take that away, and everyone gets really upset instead of thinking, well, we had free car parking for 2 years. Is that kind of like that expectation, that hope that's sort of snatched away at the last minute is worse than like the game last week. If we'd been, if we hadn't mounted that sort of comeback in the last quarter, we would have just gone, oh well, they were too good for us tonight, and we didn't play very well, and we lost. But coming that close and then like at the last minute losing to frigging Nick Dacos is just really, really frustrating. So it's just nice to win one tonight.
Very, very true. Well, mate, thanks for calling in all the way from Thailand. Where in Thailand are you based?
Just north of Bangkok, Pathum Thani province is called Pathum Thani.
Nice.
It's basically like the outskirts of Bangkok, where sort of Bangkok starts dying away and becoming kind of countryside, kind of the city. So it's kind of like maybe Keilor in Melbourne, something like that. Like out that way, sort of. Yeah.
Mate, I will be there on the 31st of December. I'm flying back.
Okay.
Doing my camp. Can't
Doing
wait.
your camp. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll catch up.
Yeah.
No, I mean your camp's way up the country, but yeah, might be good.
That's good. Good on you, David.
All right.
Go Blues.
Thanks, Terry. Go Blues. Yeah. Awesome.
Tolls.
Hey, how we doing?
We're
What
doing
a
good,
game.
man.
What a game. Oh boy. I only really got to see the last I think like 10 minutes because
You didn't
I
watch
work
it?
at the G. Yeah, I work at the G in one of the bars there.
Wow.
So I get to go to all the games. But I don't know. I think higher ups have been hard on my manager. So he didn't let me get out for the last quarter. He only let me out for the last 5 minutes.
Wow.
But yeah. It was pretty good. I was a bit nervous going into the game, but that first quarter was amazing. Like, just looking at our defense in the first quarter was leagues better. Like, to lock out Melbourne after the game they had last week is kind of insane. Yeah. One player I think I haven't heard anyone talk about yet, and I am absolutely overjoyed that no one has been talking about him, is Pito. We don't need to talk about it anymore. He's just being a rockman now.
Love it, man. Love it. Yeah,
Like,
he's in career best form.
Exactly. He's just doing his job. And the fact that it's not being an issue with TDK. TDK is just doing good as a forward as well.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah.
I mean, look, listen, Max Gawn is a generational ruckman.
Exactly.
I'm looking at it now. He's had 45 hitouts, big Gawny. He's literally one of the best ruckmen I've ever seen.
Max Gawn. Fuck,
Yeah.
man.
He was really good. Pito had the 21, DeConing had the 11. So, we lose the hit out battle. I think somebody came on earlier talking about the inside 50 count. Finally, we have, one of those games where we have less inside 50s, but we're more efficient.
Exactly.
Haven't seen
no points in the first quarter as well.
Yeah. So
and
we're happy with that.
Look, I'd like to say I'm Pommy and Oz #1 fan, but I think that title has to go to Vossi. Like, seriously, Charlie Curnow roaming outside 50. Harry Mackay running on the lead in the golf square. Like, he's been listening to the analysis, I think.
They must watch the ratings, mate. They must.
Yeah, absolutely.
As soon as we start going
the
the heat
it's gonna be a
maps,
great one. Yeah.
The ratings is good. We're going to be doing it at 7 p.m. Almost Blues Brothers will be Monday night this week.
Cool.
So ratings will be 7 p.m. on Sunday. So that'll be nice and fun.
Yeah.
Amazing. Have you ever called in before? I don't think I've seen you here before.
No. Must say I'm a bit of a one-eyed supporter. Been only just subscribed this year. Big fan though. Your analysis is great. New to the channel.
Cool. Well, good to have you here, and thanks for calling in, man.
Need to have the Saba show on Footy Abroad. His analysis is incredible. His videos.
He's in the pipeline. Don't worry.
Oh, excellent. Cool. Great to
Thanks,
see
Dolls.
you. Thank you.
See you, mate.
Go Blues.
Go Blues. Absolutely. So for those of you watching, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you've hit the subscribe button. We are proudly brought to you by Mr. Koken, Oud Koken. We have many shows. If this is your first time on the Blue Abroad YouTube channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer to the Blue Abroad YouTube channel and you're not subscribed, I don't know what to say anymore. That's the truth. I actually don't know what to say anymore. Paolo.
Terry.
You at the G?
I am, mate.
Like, is that real? Wow.
Shadows with us. Here we go.
How good's that? That's a beautiful view.
Got the baggage! Yeah, we just finished up the post game.
Yep.
Talk back, which was fired up, which was great. And
were they angry on the talk back for you?
Or Snapper from Port Phillip called up. I don't think he'd be happy if he won Tats Lotto, the poor bugger. He was not too pleased. So anyway, beggars can't be choosers, mate. Beggars can't be choosers. We don't know how to do a. It's always cardiac Carlton against this mob, isn't it?
It's just the way it always. It's been like that for the last, what is it, 5 games now? 6?
Yeah. Since we lost to them in those fateful 4 games back in 2022, we've had heartache, and then after that we've had glory.
Yeah, man.
The
Hey,
last 3 games against them.
What did you make of the way we play, like the method? You're big on the way we play, the way we move the ball. What did you make of that tonight?
Spectacular in the first 3 quarters. Love what we did, and then in the end we sort of, it's hard not to go into save the game mode and just see it out. And when that happens with this group, they just go bang, 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 bang. So, and we've always said it too. I think the last couple of months and probably the last season and a half, I don't think this team's ever going to be able to control anyone for a whole game. It's just not them. You just see what we did in the first quarter. We go bang, 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 put the team away, and then if we have to hold on, we hold on, and that's the way we're going to do it. So, look, they're going to give us more heart attacks after this. There's no doubt about it. But do you know what? How good is it? How good is it?
I felt alive tonight, honestly.
Yeah. Do you know what? Even though the crowd was smaller than last week, it felt a lot more electric tonight. Everyone was really up and about. But that's that holy trinity. When you play with clarity and passion, the energy of the crowd starts to get involved, and that holy trinity starts to work, and the light bulb shines. So that's what happened tonight for the first 3 quarters and a quarter. But credit to Melbourne, a bloody good team, mate. I mean, let's not forget they won the flag a few seasons ago. They've made top 4 2 seasons in a row, albeit those straight set exits. But we're a good football team as well, looking to become great and looking to achieve greatness, and that's the standard we have to hold ourselves to in those first 3 quarters. And I think the bitter thing for a lot of people tonight was if they had applied themselves like that last week, we probably would have got the job done, which is a bit frustrating, but that's okay. You know what? I love the fact that this year they are learning to respond, and they've been asked the question once after the Adelaide game, responded with an emphatic win against the Giants. We were asked the question last week after Collingwood, and we've responded with a really, really gritty, and sometimes it was a classy performance from us. Geez, there were some really good moments tonight, and just a lot of good overall performance. I thought Jacob Wiedering was fantastic. He's just hit the ground running since he's come back, and Walsh doesn't look to be like an old man, does he?
Yeah,
looking pretty good.
I want to put a spotlight. I've loved both of his games since he's come back in the side. Alex Chincotta.
Oh, mate, for me, he was my best on tonight. Just based on, so each player has their role that they have to do. Whether you're a star, you have to do that role. Whether you're a lockdown, I thought he was sensational tonight. His ground balls were fantastic. He never shirks the task. He was pick at shadow all night, and I wanted to see a bit more from him after last week, and we saw that tonight as well. And he just plays with everything you want, those core values, passion, desire, commitment. And if you don't have any of those things, you shouldn't be anywhere near this football club. So, I love this game, and, it just goes to show that our VFL pathways are doing a great job with these type of players. And he is to many more of those type of players in the team too. I thought Kemp had some really good moments, and you just see the difference with McGovern and Martin. You just see it. You saw it early. And I want to, if people just go back and watch the replay, and Jack Martin's always a player I'm looking at when he comes into the team, the way he leads the front line. So when we are out of possession, he's almost like a tactical forward out on the pitch. He's almost like a coach out on the pitch. He's pointing he's pointing for where players to mark. He's always scanning over his shoulders. He's looking laterally. He's looking behind him, making sure the lines are set up and players are manned up behind him as well. And you notice we always talk about the simple things. Do you know what when his opposition player takes a mark, how quick is he to scurry up to the mark and start moving about? Just little things like that. And that movement and that energy creates that energy and flow within the team as well. And you need that player like him. He's leading that front line, and that's so important when you play that high press. The way he sets us up in front of the ball and the way he sets the tone with regards to our press, I just think he's just such a good footballer, and he's only going to get better. And we just pray that he stays fit. We just pray he stays fit.
We've talked about, we've had this injury list. We've talked about the system has to hold up and you shouldn't be relying on individuals. But the reality is there are just some individuals who make that much of a difference. I think Martin McGovern in particular. I think Saad's going to be one of them for sure. Doc, we're not going to see him for the rest of the year, but he would be one of them. And we're talking about, there's a reason why they're highly paid.
Exactly. And honestly, and we have this discussion often, probably not paid enough given what their bodies go through compared to other sports. I know people will probably disagree with that, but it is just such a brutal game as well. Jimmy R makes a good point. Yeah, Bupa was our sponsor for the Blues Carlton. I reckon they're going to be getting a couple of phone calls for private health insurance over the next few weeks. So, look, and we've learned, we're all learning as a footy club and as a fan base over the last 4 or 5 years since all this has come to fruition. Joey and Pommy and Mark, all of us together, you just got to enjoy it at the end of the day. Just enjoy it, mate. Like, win, lose, or draw. Like last week, obviously, everybody's going to be frustrated and angry. But tonight, you just got to win. It was a good performance as well. So, cameo performance, I thought, from Pitternet. And the big fella kicked the goal, too.
Oh, so happy for him. So happy for him. I was stoked for him. He's and
not a shitty goal. He's dopped it from the tight angle, too.
Yeah. Tell you what, nearly touched on the line, but that's all right. It went through.
Never in doubt. Never in doubt. I liked Elijah Holland's game as well. Geez, he has some good moments. He reads the play so well. And I did feel a bit for Ollie Hollands because he always gets himself into the right spot, but he was just that half a step off from having such a great game tonight. So I think the coach has got it right putting him back into the team, no doubt about it. I really like what he offered us. And let's not forget, Ed Langton's a bloody good footballer.
Yes.
He's a great winger. It's a great learning experience for the young man just to look at what the standard is and the work rate you have to put in. So he had a good game and, he's again. Just pops up.
That's 6 goals again, 3 goals each against 2 quality opponents. He's not kicking him against.
He's done it again. He's done it again, that Matt Owens. He's done it again. No, he was good. He's had impact, and we'll welcome back some more troops. And I was very impressed with what I saw tonight. Outside of the last term, it was a bit of a heart attack, but that's what people just have to accept. That's what we're going to get with this group now, until they maybe find another layer with that. I don't know how that's going to come. And you know what? I think if you try to teach that into them, it's just going to take away from what they dish up in that first quarter. And that's what I was worried about last week, that they were going to go too far into their shells, focusing on defense, but they were able to flick the switch tonight. It's a sign of a good team. Not a great team yet, just the sign of a good team. So, and it's nice to be here, just soaking it in after years and years of work, mate. Years and years of work.
Hey, did you have any more confirmation on how and what Chera did?
Pato, anything from Chera? Hamstring? Yeah, hammy.
Bad, good, like not too.
It didn't look bad. Didn't look bad. He was sort of smirking and smiling post game, and I know that's what Pommy always refers to. But it didn't look bad or anything. I know he had it iced up, but I don't think it was too bad. And Hewitt comes on and has an impact. Michael Voss, here we go. It's a minor hamstring for Aaron Chera. For Adam Chera, says Michael Voss, but the midfielder will head for scan. So minor hamstring. All right. And that's, look, what do you do? These hamstring strains, once you've done them, the likelihood of you doing them again just increases however many folds. So it is what it is. And Hewitt came on, had a bit of an impact, kicked a very important goal for us in that last term.
Did.
So, no, just smile and away we go. It's another win, and we're off to Sydney next week for a tricky game against the Swans at the SCG. So,
can we do it?
I think, yeah, of course, mate. Yeah, we match up pretty well on them. I think their key defenders are what is where we can get them. They don't have too many tall key defenders, and their key forwards are not. I think Wiedering should be able to handle Logan McDonald next week as well. I don't know if they're going to welcome back Luke Parker. I know he's in the VFL again this week, and they've got potentially Mills to come back. I'm not 100% sure, but have we got enough in this team to win? Certainly. Why wouldn't we? We beat them last year in a high pressure final. So after Harry got knocked out and wasn't in the best of form, and now he's playing well. So
true.
Yeah, there's a lot of confidence to take into next week too, and the confidence that we've responded after a disappointing week last week. It's a sign of a good team. So very, very impressive by the boys tonight, mentally to switch on and do the job. So smile.
Absolutely.
Smile.
Speak soon, mate. Go
We will
Blues.
speak very soon. Go Blues. Much love.
All right. I got two more. Then we're going to watch the press conference. Aiden.
How good was that?
Mate, unbelievable. Are you outside?
Yeah, my mum's not home yet. I just got back like 20 minutes ago.
We got locked out.
Yeah, basically. Even if I got inside, I probably would have started screaming and started celebrating a little bit. But yeah, it was that first half was unbelievable. We kicked the first 5. I was very shocked that we were very efficient. So they did a very good job. And I thought the fourth term we kind of played a little bit defensive. I thought we kind of like slowed down our gears a little bit. Some people are saying that we're kind of tired a little bit, but yeah, there is a part of it. But I reckon we played a little bit defensive. But the defense looks well balanced with McGovern in. Very well balanced. You can see the improvement with Wiedering when McGovern's in. He was absolutely enormous Wieders today. I'm very proud of him. And yeah, Cripps, enormous. That tackle. I was in the cheer squad and unreal, unbelievable. So yeah, next week another big task, and yeah, do you reckon Cherry will only be out for 1 week or 2?
Oh, honestly, I haven't seen it happen, but
yeah,
anytime I hear he's done a minor hamstring strain, I feel like that's let's just say 3 to 4 weeks to be safe, knowing that he's just come back for one. So, but I mean, I'm guessing, and I've seen nothing and I know nothing, but in my mind, I'm already mentally preparing for 3 to 4 weeks out.
Yeah, of course. Our tackles were a bit low today, but obviously a scrappy game, you're going to get that. But yeah, we did very well to hold up against an amazing side. But if we can be a little bit consistent in the fourth term with that performance, then we're going to be a dangerous team. So yeah, how'd you find that?
The game, mate, I loved it. Honestly, I felt like we had done everything that the game asks you to do to win a game. And then did I really think we were going to lose it? No, I did get a little bit nervous at the last minute, but I really did feel like we had, just done everything we needed to do. It kind of reminded me a little bit of 2022, a little bit.
Yeah, it did. With the Hawthorn and the Port Adelaide game a little bit.
Yeah.
But the defense was well matured. Even the last 2 minutes, they were enormous. They were very well structured. They were just amazing. But do you reckon Newman will get a week?
I have no idea what he did.
So basically, I saw the replay and he did like a little bump onto, I can't remember who the player was.
Oh, was this the downfield free kick?
I'm pretty sure. I can't remember, but when I saw it, I'm like, a week, surely. But some people saying he'll be fine, but yeah, I'm very happy with that performance.
If it was the one where it was a downfield free kick, I think he's fine because it was minor, but he's very, very, very lucky he didn't connect a little bit more.
Yeah, indeed.
So.
One thing I really would suggest, if we could play Zach Williams next week, but a little bit in the midfield, I think that could work, but we've seen in 2021, probably couldn't, but that's just a suggestion. But again, 6-3, it's a massive result. very good from the boys. I'm very happy. So
Yeah.
And also one more thing, I forgot who I gave my tickets away to, but hope they enjoyed that.
Yeah. Nah, thank you very much for donating your tickets, man. They were very well received.
Nah, it's all good. Well, at the end of the day, we win. It's 4 points. You can win ugly, win bad. I don't care. But at the end of the day, it's 4 points. This win could determine where we finish at the end of the season. So yeah, I'm very happy. So yeah, go the Baggers, huh?
Go Baggers, mate. Thanks for calling in.
You too. See ya.
See ya. Toby!
Cheers, how are you, Matt?
How am I?
You're up in a bat, Matt. You're up in a bat. We won by a point. What could be better?
What do you got for me tonight, Toby?
Oh, Matt, I'm just happy, Matt. I'm much happier than I was last week, I can tell you.
I can see it.
I was shattered last week, man. I felt, I felt like my behaviour on here last week wasn't the best, so I apologise. And I thought about it a couple of days later, and I thought, nah, I better come on in a better mood this week. So, yeah, I'm in a much better mood tonight, man. I'm happy. Look, I mean, we win the close ones, and we do it the hard way, but we did it. So you take it, man. And it's a win. You're happy. You smile. And, yeah, just got to enjoy being Carlton, man.
Mate, it is a never-ending story. It continues. It doesn't end. We're going to play next week. We win, we lose, and there'll be another game the next week. The season will end. Another season will come around the following year. It's just one infinite journey. That's what it is.
I thought you were going to say then it's like the song that never ends. It goes on and on, my friend.
Can we beat the Swans next week?
Oh, yeah, mate, definitely. Absolutely. I'm up in the bat after tonight, man. I reckon, look, if we play, and Terry, I've got a stat for you.
All right,
so the commentators said tonight, right, that we, and this is weird coming from me because I'm not much of a stat man myself, but I'll give you a stat that you might not know. We kept Melbourne and in the first quarter scoreless, right? That hasn't happened against us since 1942.
Wow.
So that goes back a long, long time.
Yeah.
So Carlton Football Club, great effort in the first quarter. That was amazing. And I want to see more of that. More of that, please. Bring that. If we bring that intensity, games will be won, and we will put the foot down, and we will go, no, we're up by this much. We got to stay up by this much.
Yeah. No, I like it. Bringing the stats now, Toby, mate. That's
I thought about it tonight, and I went,
roll with it.
Should I leave somebody else to do it? But no one else said it. So I thought, no, go with it. Go with your gut.
Very good. Well, mate, thank you as always. And we'll see you next Friday night.
I'll be here, Matt. Hang rail the shine.
Go Blues.
Go the Baggers. See you, Matt.
See you, mate. How good's that? I want to watch the presser. So we're going to watch the presser. Short and sharp.
It was a funny night. You guys looked like you're in control all night and just nearly let it slip at the end. How do you dissect it?
We'll probably break it up.
Oh, the question was, how do you... I don't know if you heard the question, but it was, how do you dissect it?
To be honest, to actually give it a good look at it, we'll probably break the game up a little bit. Certainly the start was really impressive. That's how we wanted to make sure that we got it, very early, realising that obviously clearly Melbourne was still off the back of 5-day break. So just try and get the jump. So to be able to score like that early was important. And then it was a genuine arm wrestle through the middle part of the ground. The end's a bit different. It won't take away from the positives of the game for us. We've been fighting, I reckon, for a good month. I think we've been in some good form. We've played against some really good sides and sort of felt like we probably haven't.
Interesting. Wow. Did someone say they want to watch Goodwin's presser? Do you guys want to watch Simon Goodwin's presser? I don't know if I'm interested. Could be interesting. Let me just bring this up, just so we can have a bit more of a picture of what happened tonight. Inside 50s. There you go, 41. Well, we were efficient with our inside 50s. That is not something we've been saying. You guys want to watch? You guys want to watch his presser? You do? Wait. I'll put a poll. I'm happy to watch it. He might give us some feedback on Carlton that we can look at. One sec. Start a poll. Do you want to see? Dione, I need to sleep so it'll work. Do you want to see Simon Goodwin's presser? So that stands out to me for sure right there. We average 53 inside 50s for the year. We have 41 tonight. Disposal efficiency. Okay. Efficiency inside 50. We weren't efficient inside 50. Interesting. Free kicks. Oh, man. The fucking umpires towards the end of the game. Unbelievable, some of those calls. I thought this was interesting. The hit-out battle, we lost. The clearance battle, we won. In particular, the centre clearances, we won. And stoppage. Okay, down by 2. Pretty evenly matched there. I would say that's a win for us. Marks inside 50. There you go. In front the whole game. Start to finish. There's your 4-quarter effort. It's a great effort by the Ds. Yeah, even there. I don't think the stats tell. I don't think those stats say too much to me, to be honest. Do you want to see Simon Goodwin's presser? %61% of you say yes. Let's watch it. Let's see what happens.
In the end, you guys tried for most of the night and just found something late. How do you what's your main takeaways?
Oh, the main takeaway is you hate losing. You're going to wake up feeling pretty crook about that one in terms of how we started. Anytime you want to give a team 6 goals head start, for that contest, both ends of the ground was really poor and our defence was poor. So we gave a really good side a 6-goal start, and they played really well early. They were hot. But our responsibility as a footy club.
How interesting is it hearing other coaches call us a really good side now?
Is to rock up and
unless they say that about every team, but
and compete in a way that keeps you in a game for longer. So yeah, that's where the game was won and lost early, and there was a lot to like after that, but the damage was done.
Oh yeah, if you don't want to watch it, just go. That's fine. No offense taken. Have a good night. Go Blues.
Slow start down to.
Yeah, look, obviously Carlton were outstanding. I thought their pressure was great early. I thought they won contests at both ends of the ground. And they put us under pressure. You know, it's very rare that we have 10 inside 50s against us for 5 goals against. And that's what took place. And, you know, and up the other end, our entries were a little bit average and our contest was average. So, you know, it's credit to Carlton. You know, I thought they came out, they attacked the game the way it should have been done. And we've got some work to do on making sure we get our starts right.
Clearly
you know, some of these adjustments allowed us to do that. So, but we sit here, we're not happy. You know, you come away with a loss that, you know, will hurt.
Talking about trying to sort of grow your offensive system. Did you say that as a bit of a step backwards tonight, that it took that tactical move to get the scores coming in? Just looking at 61 inside 50s, does it feel like a bit of a step backwards on where you were a week or two ago?
Just a different game. You know, certainly, obviously, with the rain coming in, it was a different type of game and different type of entry to what we're normally different type of ball movement. So, you know, but like all of them, he's a competitor. He's not sitting in there happy with his game. He wants the team to win.
Do you need to review the tall forward mix next week? Are you getting enough out of the 3 you've got at the moment in the air?
Yeah, look, it's ongoing. You know, we will just continue to look at what's best for our footy club. You know, there's. You know, the first few weeks we looked like quite dynamic down there. We just played a really good side. They compete really strongly, the 3 of them. So, you know, we're comfortable with how they're developing. Thanks.
I'm glad we watched that. That was cool. That also reminded me why I was so calm throughout the second and the third and, you know, to the fourth, because every time the D's would seemingly get on a little bit of a run, we had the response. I think Charlie had one. I think Owies had one from memory. Wow, I can't wait to watch that replay. Yeah, I enjoyed watching that. I felt I got something out of watching that. So maybe we'll do that every week. Maybe not after a loss though. No, you know what? Let's be consistent. Anyway, that was that. What else did I see tonight? Oh, I saw heaps of BA pins. So if you haven't got a BA pin, make sure you have a BA pin on your scarf. Link is in the live chat. Get your BA pin. It's really cool to see them when I walk around the ground. It's very humbling. So if you haven't got one yet, make sure you order your BA pin. What else did I see? Frankie, saxophone. That was awesome. That was epic. That got the vibes going outside the MCG today. Tonight, I should say. What else? What else have we got? I kind of don't want to go to sleep. I probably should. Probably should. Thoughts on premiership rings? I don't really care. Like if the players want them, then they should have them. I don't care. I don't think I'm in a position to know what's best. Dione, good night. Keep going until 1 a.m. Could do early votes. Oh, you know what? Help me do this. So I've got to pick a player of the game and someone who was doing a bit. So player of the game, best on ground, doing a bit. It can be someone that you want to give a little bit of love to. Who was best on ground for us? Who was our best player? I think it was Wiedering. Yeah, I think it was Wiedering. Sam Walsh was great. Patrick Cripps was great. He was great. Nick Newman was great. I think Wiedering. I think Wiedering for sure. And I actually want to give Cincotta doing a bit again. I think they'll be almost exactly the same as last week. I think I want to go player of the game, Jacob Wiedering, doing a bit, Alex Cincotta. I can't sing his praises more after what I saw him do tonight. He just plays every possession like it's his last. And I think that's such a really unique trait Like he's a battler, you know, like he plays with there's no arrogance. There's no comfort. He doesn't let himself get comfortable. He's always trying to prove that he's there. Like I can't stop talking about him. Though I feel like it's players like Alex Chincotta on your list that win you flags when those types of guys get the most out of themselves. I mean, Jordan Boyd gets a 2-year contract extension throughout the week. It's very similar in the way I look at him. But Alex Chincotta's job on Cozzy Pickett, to the point where we didn't have to make a change. You know, sometimes a matchup doesn't work. You got to change it up. Nah, played on Pickett, shut him down. Brilliant effort. And Pickett was in form as well. Danny, can't get on. You were at the game, lost your voice, gave yourself a headache from screaming. Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah. When was Newman's last poor game? It's a good point. I don't remember. I didn't even know he was cited, to be honest. I didn't know that was reported. I think he'll be fine, though. How is everyone in the cardiac ward doing? Have we calmed down? Have we settled down? Are we able to see that win for what it was? You guys were hot. You guys were flaming hot when I hit go live tonight. Like flaming hot, ready to tear the walls down. It was funny, but I love it. John, got to give a shout out to Pitto. Oh, always as well. He's kicked 3. It's tough. Oh, it's tough. It's a good shout. Derek. I think I saw you book flights to Sydney for next week. Cotter is taller and bigger, just as quick or quicker than the opponent's small forwards. Yeah. Malcolm, your heart's still ticking. Yeah. Christian, got work in the morning, about to put on the replay. Yeah. It's crazy. You know what's the best? We've got an 8-day break. Game's out of the way. It's a win. And we can just chill out for the weekend now. Don't have to worry. Watch the replay a couple of times. How good. How good. New creative. You watched the game from New Jersey. You've been up since 5:30 a.m. That's cool. That's cool. Derek, you booked for 2. Are we going to Sydney next Friday night? Could I just say, Derek, that might have been the best fan cam I've seen this season. Yeah. That's up there with opening round when the cheer squad with Nick and Michelle were singing Country Road. Yeah, that was hilarious. Had an hour stuck on the West Gate to settle down. Wow. Good to see. Good to see. It's just breathing. Derek, you bringing me to Sydney next week? Wow, well, we can discuss. We can discuss. Yeah. I think we can make this happen. Derek, I think you've just become a fan cam star, mate. A sensation. How good. Have I considered doing a watch along in the metaverse? No, I haven't. But I'm not opposed. Just not. I mean, when the time is right, maybe that's where this all, that's where this goes. But yeah, at the moment, I'm just in the studio at home, and seems to work. Oh yes, Anthony. No worries. Don't thank me. I don't remember whose seats you were given. I think. Yeah, but anyway, I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad you enjoyed. I think the team's show, by the way, was the best one we've done. And I think we should add ticket giveaways like that more often. I think that got the energy onto a different level. That was really fun. Hive 3. Check it out. What is it? The world's first competitive AI league. Interesting. You guys want to see this? Check this out. Join our community of AI creators, compete in design challenges, win epic prizes. Oh, yeah. Brands partner with us to sponsor image and video design. Okay. How would this? Yeah, interesting. Derek, we'll chat tomorrow. You're crazy. He's up and about. Beachy, good to see. I knew it would get to that point. I really did feel like once we got through what happened in the fourth quarter, we would see the win for what it was. Yeah, the performance, maybe not so much the win. Good night, Pasquale. Have a great night. Go Blues. We can all watch together. Okay. I'll have to look into it. I don't know exactly what it is. Oh, do you mean we use that for the giveaways? Is that what you're saying? Shout out to everyone who went to the game tonight, sitting in the rain and supporting the Baggers. Does anyone know what the crowd attendance was? Yes. The crowd attendance was 58,500. Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy, I'm with you. I went into the game dead honest. I thought we'd lose. I thought we would lose. I thought the D's would be too good defensively for us. And I thought they were just hitting their straps. And that win last week gave them that confidence. I actually verbalized it as well. I was talking to my sister and my brother-in-law. I thought we would lose this game tonight. So going in, and the way we started, that's the way we've got to play. It was mature. They thought their way through traffic. They didn't rush. They were patient. They were poised. Yeah. Good night, Lana. Yeah. Luke Parker will absolutely be back next week. We can all be live in the same room and watch the game as avatars. But how do we watch the game as avatars? Like, how do we watch the game? How does that work? Like, we don't have, like, they don't have the rights to the game. You know what I'm saying? That would make sense for watch along. That would absolutely make sense as watch along, to do the watch along with Pommy. We would all be avatars, but how do we actually watch the game? Or we watch it in the real world, but we have our avatars in the metaverse to talk to each other? Interesting. My girlfriend thought I was cheating on her that first quarter, the way I was glazing up at the boys. Hilarious. All right. Time for me to go to bed. I've got to be up early. Get the review out. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. That's the fan cams. A good win, a much needed win. We're in a tough patch of the season, playing against the best teams in the comp, with a few injuries. Got a few players back tonight. Got the win. That's all that matters. I will see you tomorrow. I will film my review as soon as I wake up. Go get a coffee and go from there. Take it easy. Go Blues.